The highly acclaimed Walter's Way book, authored by legendary businessman Walter Scheer, is now available in digital and audio formats at the philsgang.com Bud Z store. Enjoy the stories of a relief kid who survived TB, corporate betrayal, bankruptcy, and still made millions and touched the lives of billions. Don't wait. Pick up the Walter's Way book in hardcover, digital, and in audio format at philsgang.com.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
The House has put forward a plan to repeal and replace Obamacare based on the principles I outlined in my joint address. But let me tell you, we're going to arbitrate. We're going to all get together. We're going to get something done. Remember this. If we didn't do it the way we're doing it, we need 60 votes. So we'd have to get the Democrats involved. They won't vote no matter what we do. They're not going to vote. So we're doing it a different way, a complex way. The end result is when you have phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, it's going to be great. And then we get on to tax reductions, which I like.
And that's where the mistake is. Good afternoon. Welcome to Phil's Gang, coast to coast around the country, off the Wall Street Radio Network. Trump has made 2 mistakes, but they weren't his mistakes. He started to listen to people that he believed, well, I better listen. They've been around Washington a lot longer than I have, so they must know, talking about Pence and the Speaker, Ryan, and Paul Ryan. So he thought, well, they got to be right, because the problem is that Trump wanted to do the tax. He wanted to get the tax cuts done immediately. And because he knows our tax system is complex, it's confusing, it's inefficient, it needs simplifying. And the tax code, if you simplified it, would help the economy grow. And that's what he's looking for. He knows we need a comprehensive tax reform. That will promote economic growth just as badly as we need a reform or an oil policy, an energy policy. But this tax reform is so important. We have to make the tax code more simple, more transparent, more fair. Now, think about it. Trump has inherited a $19 trillion economy with a $120 trillion debt. That's including the $19 trillion national debt. Plus, remember, we got another $100 trillion in debt that is unfunded, meaning our Social Security and Medicaid. Now, the tax revenues that are coming in are $3.2 trillion. That's $21,883 for every working person. Every person has a job. You break that down, that's about $21,000, almost $22,000. But the problem is the government spends $3.6 trillion after they take in $3.2 trillion. So they're spending, when they're done at the end of the year, they wrote more checks, $438 billion, that they can't cover. So they're bouncing checks, $438 billion. They don't have any money. Well, thank God they can print money. Thank God they can borrow money. But they're going to be running out of money in the next couple of weeks because the debt ceiling, remember, they have to keep borrowing and borrowing, but there's a cap, and they're hitting that cap. But the most important thing is he knows that this was so critical to get that. This is what was important. This was so important. Now, think about it this way here. Now, the payroll tax, if you think about the $3.2 trillion that they take in, payroll tax is $1.1 trillion. $1.5 trillion is individual income tax, and corporate income tax is $345 billion. Now, the top 1 percentile, the 1% of Americans pay 45.7% of all of these taxes. And the bottom 40% of income earners pay no individual income tax, but they face payroll taxes if they're working. In fact, about 90% of American taxpayers pay no payroll taxes. In fact, they pay more in payroll taxes rather than in individual income taxes. So think about that. Even though you always hear about the 40 percentile of income earners pay no individual income tax, but they pay payroll taxes. And they pay about 90% of American, about 90% of American 90%, sorry, I can't get this out. 90% of American taxpayers, there you go, they pay more in payroll taxes than in individual income taxes. So they're not getting away with any kind of freebies when you hear that 40% of these people, they don't pay any income tax. The payroll tax is a huge tax. It's a big tax. And it's $1.1 trillion, which the point I'm making is that $1.1 trillion, why don't they just stop with all payroll taxes? That's how you get the economy going. The payroll tax is a very bad tax. The payroll tax is a cruel tax. Nobody should be paying payroll tax because they're taxing you on your labor. That's ridiculous. Let you keep that money. If you kept the money and then you're responsible for your retirement, you save it. Let every individual be responsible for their own retirement. I mean, think about the amount of money that you put in over your working lifespan and what you get back. It is a joke. It's a joke. Let everybody keep their money. Now, you want to see the economy grow? If you took immediately, if Trump immediately said, okay, no more payroll taxes. You take care of your own medical, you take care of your own retirement. There'd be $1.1 trillion that went right into this economy. You know how fast this economy would have a GDP of 4%, 5%? Be incredible. That's where we should be going. But it's not happening, and it's not going to happen. But here's the real problem. Trump listened to Pence, and he listened to Ryan, and he didn't listen to his gut. And I've been talking with people who I know that are close to Trump. And he's really upset because he said, I should have listened to myself. I'm a businessman. I've always listened to my own gut. This is the first time I haven't. I listened to Pence. I listened to Ryan, these politicians. I'm thinking they know more about the system here in Washington, and they told me we could get it through quickly. And they can't get it through quickly because the Republicans in the Senate is the problem. A lot of Republicans in the Senate don't want to repeal Obamacare because they're in areas where a lot of their people like Obamacare. So he can't get the vote. It's going to be very hard to get the vote. It's going to be delayed. He can get the vote in the House, enough Republicans, but he can't get the vote in the Senate. And this thing could be delayed. And if it's delayed, and then it's further delayed with a debt ceiling debate, that means he's not going to get to his income tax or to his tax cuts until next year. And the market, after we had that rally on Wednesday when they raised interest rates, we had that rally, and then all of a sudden on Thursday, there was no follow-through. No follow-through. Investors are already showing impatience about the tax cuts because this 14% Trump rally, most of that, let's say 70%, 75% was because they thought these tax cuts would be in place by the second quarter of this year. No. In fact, probably they're saying they're going to get it done by August. No, they're not. They're going to get it done by the second quarter of next year. It'll be a year from today. And that's what is going to take down this market. But there's another big problem they're not talking about with this market, is China. Nobody's talking about China. And that's why the dollar's going to collapse and gold's going to go through the roof, because China is so important to our economy. It's so important to our economy. I mean, think about it. China, for heaven's sakes, China gives us everything. I mean, without China, I mean, remember, China loans us the money to go buy the stuff from them. If China ever went down, what do you think would happen to our country? And that may happen. We'll talk more about that when we get back and how to make some money.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. You know, I'm limited with time. Real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
Hi, this is Ron from Washington State, and I subscribe to the Phil's Gang MV2, and I just wanted to let Phil know that right after the election, I made a $7,000 profit using the MV2 on Wells Fargo stock.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years, and very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I've been a long-time Phil subscriber, and I just want to recommend it to anybody out there. I think it's a wonderful tool and works very, very well.
Don't wait. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. If you're a Phil's Gang member or a fan of the Phil's Gang show, then you need the all-new Phil's Gang hat. Now available in a variety of colors and cool comfort styles for only $25. You can show your Phil's Gang pride with the stylish Are You Nuts hat or Phil's Gang logo hat. Don't wait. Go to philsgang.com and click on the shopping cart icon to order your hat today or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
And everybody's scratching their heads. They don't quite know what to do. They thought we had a 135 point rally right after she raised rates, and everybody was celebrating. And then it stopped. The next day, there was no follow through, none at all. And now investors are really becoming impatient because part of it is because of the uncertainty of what's going on with this tax cut and all the problems they're having with this health care bill. It's not getting done. And they're really afraid that this thing's going to be delayed. The large corporations going to be delayed until, as I said, next year. So this is a concern. So what happened is Mr. Yield, when the market rallied, Mr. Yield, who was never wrong, the Treasury yield, never wrong. You always follow Mr. Yield. He always tells you the truth. He's an honest person. He tells you, hey, when the yields are up, he's telling you the economy going forward is going to be very good. And when the yield's going down, he's telling you it's going to be very bad in the future. And he's never wrong, unlike the market. Mr. Market is always a liar. Mr. Market lies, just like Wall Street. So we had the rate hike. The market starts railing. But for the first time, the yield doesn't go up with the stock market, nor does the dollar. Yield starts dropping. Mr. Yield says, hey, you're wrong, market. I'm going down. And they take, of course, the value of the dollar goes down, and gold went up. See, Yellen made a big mistake. That's what Mr. Yield is saying. That's why Mr. Yield is down and saying the economy looking forward is going to be bad. And is also worrying very much about China. Because remember, China is our big trading. There are third largest export partner. And we import $466 billion from these people, but we have a trade deficit of $49 billion, unfortunately. That kills our jobs. And also, unfortunately, China is our largest creditor. They hold over $1.2 billion of our treasuries. Now, China, remember, has been a powerhouse only because they've been exporting goods to us. And they loan us the money to buy their goods, and they exploded. But now China is starting to fall apart because our economy is falling apart. We can't grow our economy. It's at 1.8%. It should be at 4 or 5%. So China is getting weaker and weaker. And if China implodes, yes, they can print their own money. They can do their own QE. But this is a big concern. If China starts imploding, remember, they're our bank. They're our biggest export partner. The next two is Canada and Mexico. Actually, China is the third largest partner. Canada is the biggest. Mexico is second, and they're third. But we really got to keep an eye on China, and nobody's talking about that. Remember, the mortgage on your house is held by China. Remember, the mortgage on your house, I should say, is tied to the Treasury. How much interest you pay on your mortgage, on your 30-year mortgage, is determined by the Treasury, by how many Treasury notes they buy. And when they buy Treasury notes, it determines the interest rate. So that's one problem. But here's the big problem. Here's the other problem. Why the market could end up into a 20, 30% crash going into this fall or summer. Because the problem is that Yellen makes this big mistake. See, she's saying the economy is wonderful, but it's not. And Mr. Market's reluctance to follow through on Wednesday's 125-point rally, remember Thursday came, we had no follow-through, because the sentiment of the investors is disappointment. You think of all this negative economic news, and the investors thought that Aunt B would say, well, I'm going to be a little dovish here. I don't think I'm going to push the other two rate hikes. But she did when she had the bad economic news. The first quarter 2017 we're in right now came in at 0.9%, not at 3.4%. What are you, nuts? That's the weakest economic growth period for a rate hike since 1980. Industrial production has now declined over 24 months. It's never done that unless we were in a recession. Housing starts hit a World War II low. Retail is crashing all around us, is worsening. Large department stores are collapsing. Oh, don't listen to the jibber jabbers. They're going to tell you, CNBC or Fox Business are going to tell you, don't worry about it because people are buying online. No, that's not true. Because like I told you yesterday, shopping online has been around a long time, and it's only 8.8% of their business. No, it's because the people don't have any money, because good jobs have not been created over the last 8 years. They have mostly crappy service part-time jobs. Inflation is at 2.3%, wiping out the wage gains. We had a wage gains from 2015 to 2016 of 2.2%. That got wiped out by the 2.3% inflation. Just go to the supermarket. And the trade deficit. That's the biggest killer of jobs, and it's continuing. It's at $49 billion. It's going to be at $50 billion pretty soon. Defaults in our auto and student loans are becoming really bad, really alarming. So, she made a big mistake. So she determines, I'm going to raise rates anyways. Well, why would she do that? And this is why investors, this is why you look at the stock market, it's stuck now. Because investors are saying, what did she do? All this bad economic news. What did she do? But here's the big one, most disturbing. If you remember, after the crash in 2008, they had to rally the stock market. To rally that stock market, what did they do? They printed money and they bought all kinds of treasuries, $4 trillion worth of treasury to get all the Chinese and the Saudis to buy stocks and get out of bonds. Now that's causing even a bigger problem. We'll talk more about the 30% crash that is coming when we get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. You know, I'm limited with time. Real good as far as like just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software, I particularly like the post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. We're offering the most powerful stock charts available on the market. The MaxVest 1000 charts. Now, the difference between these charts and all the other charts is this follows the money. Yes, it gives you a buy-sell signal. I know you're going to say, well, they all do. No, not true. The difference with the MaxVest is they follow the important money, the hedge funds, the biggest banks, the 401ks, the pension fund managers. That's the big difference. They're not following the emotion. That's what most charts do. They follow the money. That's what MaxVest does, follows the money. Check it out. Join my gang, philsgang.com. Oh, and the chart is low as $19.95 a month. For more information, just go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-GANG. We will see you on the charts.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
If you're looking to make extra income, if you're looking to pay off bills and plan for your retirement, then check out philsgang.com. philsgang.com is an online educational service that informs you, coaches you, and guides you on how to invest in the stock market. Get daily advice to buy stocks, short stocks, and learn when to get out of your positions. philsgang.com provides daily webinars, alerts, educational tutorials, and all material is archived. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
El que Sanyu no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When St. Jude told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow. They pretty much have saved us.
It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders, and now your focus is supporting this child.
There is not another hospital like St. Jude. The patient care is unmatchable. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
Hi, my name is Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You know the stock market goes up 72% of the time? Then why is it that the retail customer, 80% of the time, have lost money? Because they don't know when to get out. And that's why I'm providing a product called my MV2 chart that solves that problem. It's always about when do I get out? That problem has been solved. Check it out, my MV2 chart. Don't miss it.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Phil Grandy is a career businessman who has also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine for the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with a prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grandy has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passion and desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264.
Maybe he doesn't want the American people, all of you watching tonight, to know that he's paid nothing in federal taxes.
What you revealed last night wasn't that scandalous.
Not at all. We know he paid taxes.
Yeah, right. What a week. What a week for all those people that Trump doesn't pay taxes. Welcome back to Phil's Gang. We're going to give out a number, 855-745-7445. That's 855-745-7445. I'll take your call. I'll put your stock up on my MV2 color-coded chart, and I'll tell you if it's ready to buy or if it's ready to sell. Remember, join my gang, and you can follow me, okay, on my chart. Just go to my site, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-GANG, and then you can follow me. And what I will do, especially for you folks that have a real problem, okay, that you don't have time to invest, you don't have time to go to class, and you just want to follow my investment, my trades, my exchange-traded funds, especially the spiders, which are wonderful. You have the 500 best stocks, and if you want to follow my investments every day, and after every radio show, I put together a video, what I did with my stocks, what I'm doing with them, and you can just copy what I do. It's not a fund. You don't send me money. It's a great way for you to make money, to supplement your 401k by just following me, okay? So here's the number, 877-600-GANG. Call now and join the gang. And again, it's just terrific for folks who are just so busy and don't have time to do individual stocks. Okay, we're going to take a caller, and we're going to take Art, and we're looking at UNG.
Right, Phil.
Hi, how are you, Art? UNG, that's one of our stocks, exchange-traded funds, a gas fund that we've been watching carefully.
Yeah, I just wanted to find out what what price do you sell out at? Because I was in like at about 660 or so, and
right,
I'm going to wait till add on, but I also wanted to find out what the sell point would be.
Well, we're nowhere near the sell point right now. We did is for the experienced members, we got in a little early. But our members who are not experienced, the beginners, we don't even have them in yet. But the stock right now has a great upside with very little risk. So the risk on this stock right now, it's been green. Institution money's coming in. The risk is real small compared to the reward. In other words, we could lose the most on this stock, maybe about 5%, but we could make about 20%. So it's a great opportunity. It's gas, and I think right now, if it turns red, it will tell us to get out. As long as it's not red and it stays green, we're still going to stay in this stock. We didn't add a lot to it yet. We're not going to buy a lot of shares of it because we want it to get up above that certain point, that 33% point. So I would stay with it. And if you made some profits, always take some profits, put it in your pocket.
Yeah, because I'm in at about 670 or so. So I was just wondering, because I've noticed that the last few days it's been profit taking, I guess.
Yeah, that's what they've been doing, taking profits. But remember, you got in at a high risk area because you got in before that stochastic reached above 33%. So we put what we call risk on. And so we're taking a little bit of risk because there's so much upside on this. But our new students, what we're doing is we're going to wait and get them in when it gets around 742. So we're just starting with the stock. So I would say have a little patience, or just just leave maybe a scout on. That's all. Okay. What I'm talking about with what we did, United UNG Natural Gas. This is a rare opportunity because what I mean by rare, if you bring this stock and you look at and you go back, this stock, if you go back for just a year, this stock has dropped from about $12 down to around $6.42. Now this is exchange traded. So it's had a 46% drop. 46% drop. This is a U.S. natural gas fund, and the risk is so little compared to the reward. I mean, the reward is incredible. I mean, we could risk, let's say, even if we risk losing, let's say, 5% against the upside, it could be 25, 30%. Like we did with our gold last year. So we just are we have a small amount of money in it, and that's why I tell you, instead of doing individual stocks, okay, if you want to subsidize your 401k, why don't you just join my gang and follow me on this, and as I invest in it and tell you what I'm doing, you just follow me. It's a great way of doing it. Another one, of course, is the spiders. Okay, so here's the number, 877-600-GANG, if you want to join the gang. All right. So here's what's going on with the market and why I'm telling you this summer we have a high probability of a crash, a correction of 20 to 30%. Why? Here's what's going on. This market, since 2008, rallied 258%, and the only reason why it rallied 258%, 125% of that rally had nothing to do with companies making money, earnings or revenues. It was rigged. They call it front-loading the stock market. It's called front-load. And what they did is they printed $85 billion a month, starting in 2008, 2009, and they would buy all the 10-year treasuries. This is on B, and they buy and they start out with Bernanke, they're not B, and they keep buying. Why would they buy all the 10-year treasuries? Why would they buy $85 billion a month? Because it would drop the yield, the interest on the 10-year treasury down. Well, the people who buy the treasuries, who buy our debt, like China and the Saudis, they love buying our treasuries to get 2-3% interest. They love that. So what they did is turned around and said, here's what we'll do. We'll screw them and we'll artificially push the market up. We'll go and print $85 billion and we'll buy every month $85 billion in bonds, and it'll force the yield down. It'll force the Chinese, the Saudis, Mexico, these other countries who love our debt, and they'll have to go to the stock market, and it pushed the stock market up 125%. That's cheating. But people made a fortune doing it, and it's still there. Now, here's the problem. So, after they stopped in 2012 buying $85 billion a month to push the market up artificially 125%, they started to print money. They started to print money to give to companies at zero interest to start buying their own stock. Well, by now, the Federal Reserve, private banking company, now has $4 trillion on their balance sheet of these treasuries, and it's supporting the stock market. Supporting the stock market. This was in 2012. And it's still supporting the stock market. So Wednesday, when she raised rates, everybody was pointing out to her how terrible the economy is. How can you be raising rates? She said, well, I have confidence. That's why I'm raising rates. And the question was, wait a minute, if you have confidence, then why aren't you unwinding the $4 trillion? Because the $4 trillion is propping up the stock market. By holding onto those treasuries, you're propping up the stock market. By raising rates, it's such a slow. Greenspan had 17 rate hikes and stopped at 5%. She's going to stop at 3%, and she's been raising these rates so slow. This is only her third rate hike in 8 years. It's telling you the same thing. She doesn't want to raise rates because guess what? She hasn't got confidence in the economy. She doesn't want to get rid of the treasuries because she hasn't got confidence in the economy. So she tells us, well, I'm raising rates because I do have confidence. which is such a lie. I'll wind that up when I get back and more from stocks. We'll be right back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
Hi, this is Ron from Washington State, and I subscribe to the Phil's Gang MV2, and I just wanted to let Phil know that right after the election, I made a $7,000 profit using the MV2 on Wells Fargo stock.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years and very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I've been a long-time Phil's subscriber, and I just want to recommend it to anybody out there. I think it's a wonderful tool and works very, very well.
Don't wait. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
If you're looking to make extra income, if you're looking to pay off bills and plan for your retirement, then check out philsgang.com. Philsgang.com is an online educational service that informs you, coaches you, and guides you on how to invest in the stock market. Get daily advice to buy stocks, short stocks, and learn when to get out of your positions. Philsgang.com provides daily webinars, alerts, educational tutorials, and all material is archived. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
Would you like to know how to secure your financial future? At philsgang.com, Phil Grandy and the Phil's Gang staff teaches and coaches you to build a successful investing plan to achieve your goals. philsgang.com gives you instruction on how to find low-risk, high-potential investing opportunities in the stock market. If you're new to the stock market and want to master the basics of stock investing and learn how to invest in stocks with little risk, then philsgang.com is your place. Learn from their extensive collection of educational videos about investing strategies and the analysis of charting. Every weekday, philsgang.com hosts live market webinars. They post market updates throughout the day. They have working investor programs, and they provide financial updates throughout the day, and all material is archived. For only $39.95 a month, there is no other service like Phil's Gang offers. Start the new year off right. Secure your financial future with philsgang.com. Give them a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You're probably familiar with a pillow commercial that's everywhere. It's on TV. And wherever you get the pillows, this new pillow that's out. You know what? You don't need a pillow good night's sleep. You want to make sure your investments are safe. That's where you get the good night's sleep. And that's what you get here at Phil's Gang with our technology. It's built in to show you when your stock is ready to fail, when your stock is ready to rally. That's right, it follows the money. You don't need a pillow. You need Phil's Gang. That's how you get a good night's sleep. You'll always know well in advance if the market's going to collapse or your stock. Join my gang, philsgang.com. For more information, just go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-GANG. We will see you on the charts.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. Recognized as an Axiom Business Award winner, the highly acclaimed Walter's Way book, authored by legendary businessman Walter Scheer, is now available in digital and audio formats at the philsgang.com Bud Z store. Enjoy the stories of a relief kid who survived TB, corporate betrayal, bankruptcy, and still made millions and touched the lives of billions. Don't wait. Pick up the Walters Way book in hardcover, digital, and in audio format at philsgang.com.
And remember, just go to philsgang.com and either click onto Walter Scheer's banner or click onto shopping cart. It takes you right to Phil's Gang Bud Z store, where you also get the book in both digital and audio format. An incredible book about a 92-year-old man who is still working today. Yes, and he is a chairman of one of the largest independent oil and gas exploration companies in this country. Incredible stories, incredible book. He puts any entrepreneur after reading this book would be humbled. Check it out. It's a great book about a great man. Okay, I'm going to take a caller. I got Rakus. And Rakus, you looking at J.C. Penney?
Yeah, I'm losing on it.
I'm sorry?
I'm losing on it. Losing.
How are you losing on it?
I bought like 6.87.
Yeah, you shouldn't have been in it. It's too early. It's way too early. You use a chart?
No, I don't have a chart.
You don't have a chart. No, see, that's the problem. When did you buy it? What price?
6.87. I bought 10 days ago.
Yeah, so you bought it exactly when they started to take money out. The institutions are taking money out. You got to buy it when they're putting money in, and that's why I designed the chart. Now this is going to be a very, very good stock, because this stock has gotten slaughtered. Okay, this is a deep discounted stock, a wonderful company, but it's been really deeply discounted. So what we're doing is I'm following it from my own account, but I'm going to wait until I get my buy signal on my chart. You should consider picking up the chart, okay? Because those kind of things won't happen to you, okay?
Oh, okay.
Okay, very good. Thank you for your call.
Hang on a bit.
Have a good weekend. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, you see, you just can't break people of that habit. They listen to people on CNBC. They listen to people on Fox, or they read an article in Barron's, and they don't understand. I have a wonderful friend. He's a good friend. He calls me all the time. He says, I think we should buy this. I think you should buy this. Well, I think I'm going to buy this. And I said, why? Look at the chart. The chart's telling you no, it's too late. Anytime you get information from a newsletter or any of these TV shows, it's too late. The smart money already been in. And that's why I designed this chart, my own chart, that tells me when they're getting in and when they're getting out. So this last caller, he doesn't have the MV2. He got in. He's losing money. And he'll leave the stock market, and he'll say, I'll never go in the market again. The place is no good. Stock market's no good. No. What do you mean no good? Go look at our returns. 30%, 20%, 40%. How about 130% in gold mining stocks? Because you got to know when to get in and when to get out. Now, and the most important thing is, when I developed this chart, is to make sure you get out in time. That's what's important. And I try to get that across. And the other thing I try to get across, people who think they're going to make money trading individual stocks, what are you, nuts? You haven't got the time. Most people don't have the time to trade individual stocks. They don't have the time to learn. He doesn't even go and get a chart. Was it Rakus, his name is? He's going to lose money. He's going to keep doing what he's doing. He's going to be flying blind. I mean, he'll get on an airplane with no wings because he read it's a good deal. And I'm not picking on him. That's 99.9% of the people who get in the stock market, who we call the retail customers. And then they leave the markets. Oh, the market's good. There's not a better place in the world to make money, but you got to know when to get in, when to get out. And that's why I tell you, join my gang. And why don't you just follow me? So when I buy UNG, you buy it. Or when I buy JCPenney, you buy it. But the most important thing, you should be buying exchange-traded funds, like the S&P 500, who, if you don't have time, and when I say I'm putting my money in, put your money in. Now, I'm not talking not a fund. I don't have a fund. You just go and buy a stock through an online broker. But you know I bought it, and then I'll say, okay, it's time to get out, or it's time to add. Or, hey, how about this? We're not going to get in that stock. We're not going to get in it. Okay? And how about this one? We're going to short it. So when this market starts, look, all I like about this market, think of all the things she's done. Yesterday, because she would not, when the reporter asked her, why aren't you selling the $4 trillion in treasuries? Isn't that a little contradiction? You're saying you're raising risk because you have confidence in the economy. Well, you have confidence in the economy. Why aren't you selling your treasuries? Because the treasuries are propping up the stock market. You can't have it both ways. Then she said, why are you raising rates so low? She asked Aunt B. Why are you raising them so slowly? Only 3 rate hikes? 8 years? At 0.25%? You're going to stop at 3%? Well, you're doing that because you don't have confidence in the economy, and you know that low rates are propping up the economy. Just like you know the $4 trillion is propping up the economy and the bloated stock market. The reason you won't sell those $4 trillion in treasuries is because you know the stock market will drop from 21,000 probably in half. So, and that's what we're talking. They built an entire, over 8 years, a stock market on air, a stock market on treasuries. That's what they built it on. To keep treasury yields so low that the big countries won't go into the bond market, they go into the stock markets, forcing them into the stock market. That's crazy. But guess what? The 1 percentile made a fortune. And people who know how to read a chart, it's very simple. If you know what green is, you know what red is, and you know what red, green is in a yellow line that confirms your buy or confirms your sell, it's so simple. So why don't you make a decision and supplement your 401k? Try it for 4 weeks with me. Follow me for 4 weeks. That's a $39.95 investment. Here's the number, 877-600-GANG. And why don't you follow me on the spiders? Follow me on the spiders. 500 of the best stocks. And the expense is nothing. 1/1800% compared to your 401k mutual fund that you're paying about 4%. That's the real charges in a 401k mutual fund. You'll never make any money with. Now, the biggest thing, and think, I want you to think about this for a moment. Why investors all of a sudden aren't buying the stock market in the last 2 days. On Wednesday, the stock market rallied, remember. But something happened. The yield on the 10-year Treasury went down. That never happens. When they say they're going to raise rates, that's always positive. That means the yield goes up because remember, a higher yield indicates a better economy. But this time when they raised rates, Mr. Yield said, "You're wrong. You're wrong." Well, of course she was wrong. Think what she was raising rates into. This quarter we're in dropped from 3.4% down to growth of 0.9 to 1%. Industrial production, she raised rates having the knowledge that industrial production has now declined over 24 months. It's never done that unless we were entering a recession. She raised rates knowing the housing starts right now, has hit a World War II low. She has raised rates knowing the retail crash is getting worse in the large department stores, not because people are buying online. That's a lie. Because people are tapped out. Obamacare was so high, the cost so high, the wages haven't gone up, and people just don't have the money. But you have an opportunity to grow your wealth in the stock market. Join me. Work with me for 4 weeks. Here's the number, 877-600-GANG, and just do what I'm doing. Follow my stock. Every day. Take 2 minutes.
You You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.